Well, the first thing's about structuring, and it's about, do you have a company, do you have a trust, do you have a partnership, are you a sole trader? Now, look, I do this on a daily basis, and I have been doing it for God knows how long, but for a new person to set up, it's a little bit daunting because they don't understand the difference between an ABN, they don't understand the difference between a business. Look, case in point, my brother, he's a doctor, he's a paediatrician. He wants to start up a new business for his wife. So I've got a guy who's didn't become a specialist until he was like 34, asking me questions that he thought was stupid because he didn't understand the difference between a business name and a trading name and all of this. So my point is not the fact that he's a specialist doctor, my point is he's a smart cookie, he studied a hell of a lot, and he still has those questions. So it's about the structuring. Now, we can go into structuring ad infinitum. There's so many different pros and cons. But really, you choose your structure, you sit down with your good person that you've met, as you're an accountant, either he or she, and that you get on with. You choose your structure based on how you want to do the exit of the business, because you always look, when you start your business, it's always an exit, or you're going to continue, but you're going to get an outcome from it. I mean, the exit might be handing it down to your children. The next thing is what I call the mechanics, okay, the mechanical stuff. Get an accounting system. Get something like Xero or your SASU, something that's online, and get the information from the bank coming in. That, seriously, you can get any junior to do that. That's not where the value is. Now, another really, a really big point that we've had a lot of problems with clients, particularly clients who haven't been given some good guidelines, is you'll start your business, Pete, and then you've got, you buy things on your personal credit card for the business. You don't have enough money in the business account that week, so you pay stuff out of your personal bank account. You then use the other credit card to pay other stuff for the business. You then use the business account to pay for stuff that you need to survive. Totally wrong. Like, that's a major mess. It's a major mess. It'll cost you way more money to fix it all up, and you won't know where you stand. You've got to set some strict parameters for yourself when you start the business. This is a business, it's totally separate to you, even if you're a sole trader. So we set people up, we get the mechanics working, we get the accounting systems working so it's just coming through automatically, and then we set out like a plan for the next 12 months. Every month we're going to catch up and we're going to go through the figures. You're going to have the figures done by this particular date. Then we can talk about the tax, and when we get together, it's about the future. Financials are looking through a rear vision mirror. It's happened, okay? What's the point in talking? I mean, it's important to know from where you come, but it's equally important to learn from that and start to change the future. Really good example is we've got a client who does Brazilian bikini wear, and so she came to us and I said, well, what's your plan? She said, well, I'd like to do $10 million in sales in 5 years. So I said, that's great. There's a goal. So I said to her, well, how are you going to do 10 million? She said, well, I'm going to have 100 distributors, and each distributor is going to deliver $100,000 worth of sales. I said, okay, well, that's great. So 5 years, 100 distributors, 20 distributors each year. Done, easy. So then we brought it back. So this is not even about financials, this is just about planning. So we got to get 20 distributors. I said, how many meetings do you have to have with those distributors in order to actually get them on board? And she said, well, 5. We have to give some product, we have to do this, we have to do that. Okay, so 20 people times 5, that's 100 meetings you have to have. Now, how many phone calls do you have to make in order to get those 5 meetings, right? So at the moment, we're on 20 times 5, right, which is 100. And let's just say that we have to do 10 calls for every 100 that we get. That's 1,000 phone calls we need to make in order to get the 20 people on, to get the 5 meetings, to do all that. So what I said to her was 1,000 divided by 50. So you need to make, basically, you need to make 20 phone calls every single week in order to get the 1,000 phone calls, in order to get the 20 people, in order to get the $10 million, in order to blah, 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 blah. So that means you have to make 4 phone calls a day. How many phone calls did you make yesterday? She said, none. I said, how many phone calls have you got planned to make today? She said, none. I said, how many phone calls are you going to make tomorrow? She said, well, I haven't planned any. I said, You need to be doing things consistently and persistently in order to get your goal. You need to make 4 phone calls a day. You need to make those 20 phone calls a week. You need to make 1,000 phone calls a year, which is going to get you meetings. So you kind of get the point. What we do is we try and break it down with the person. We get the mechanics, as I said, done and dusted. Get the accounting system in, get it sorted out, get it automated, and then we focus on what you need to do to build and grow your business.